Hello and welcome to this week's newsletter. My word, the rain has been biblical out there this morning. I'm doing this newsletter on Tuesday morning and it has been absolutely torrential, the weather. But it's now half past 11 and the golf course is opening. That's all down to the fantastic work Danny and his staff have done on the greens. I mean, really, there was puddles in places that I've never seen before. 6.5 years being the pro here, there was puddles all over the place. But the greens were very good. There was no puddles on the greens, so fantastic stuff. So because of all the work Danny's done over the last few years, we're open at 11:30, having been closed all morning and seeing rain like I've never seen it before. So unbelievable. Again, just goes full credit to Danny and the green staff for all the work they've done over the years. Yes, there's a few puddles on the fairways, although they're draining pretty well, but that's down to the dry weather we've had over the last couple of months. But yeah, the golf course is 11:30, it opens. Unbelievable. Great stuff. Well done, Danny. So we had a pretty quiet week last week as Danny did the course maintenance. That all got done very well and very quickly, excellent. And the greens are actually not too bad. I played Thursday evening in my latest Captain Pro match where unfortunately the captain and myself, John, we lost to Daniel Crosby and Matt out. We lost 40 points to 36 on a tough evening. It was quite blowy out there. But yeah, I played quite well, but unfortunately the captain did have a bad day, but that's been unusual because he's been on top form all year. So unfortunately we did lose our match on Thursday, 40 points to 30. On Thursday, 40 points to 36. Easy for me to say. So yeah, but the greens were great, to be honest. I was expecting them to be far worse than they actually were. So the greens were very good, to be honest. Sandy, but they rolled pretty true. And actually, even I putted okay. So yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. And thoroughly enjoyed the game. So Daniel and Matt will take a 4-point advantage into the finals day, which is this Saturday. So a reminder that get your names down for the Texas Scramble, the shotgun start, 1 PM shotgun start on Saturday afternoon. Four-ball, better ball, Stableford, pairs event, Stableford. So if you want to play on that, it's all on the Club V1. There's also a buffet and a quiz after as well, if you want to stay for a few beers. We've got one more match to play, and that is against Lee Chapman and Jonathan Ling. So looking forward to that on Thursday. Forecast is good, so can't wait to get out there and play our match. We also had one competition last week. On Sunday, we had the Mixed Monthly Medal and Captain's Trophy, where Lee Brooks won Division 1 with a net 68. Well done, Lee. He beat Rob Allen in the second with a net 69. In Division 2, Nigel Stone won with a net 65. Well done, Nigel. Good golf that. He beat Kev Shaw on countback, also with a net 65. Well done to you two gents. I guess Nigel Stone, in that case, won the Captain's Trophy. Well done, Nigel. Great golf that. In Division 3, Nick Carver won with a net 71, beating Martin Potter into second with a net 72. On the main tours, on the European tour, Danny Willett, he's had an interesting career, very up and down, hasn't he? Not won anything for the last couple of years, but he came back and won the Dunhill Links Championship over at St Andrews on the old course. Yeah, he played awesome. He shot 18 under for the 4 rounds, and he beat Tyrrell Hatton in a second place. Quite a few of the Europeans up there actually from the Ryder Cup. Tommy Fleetwood was up there as well as Shane Lowry. But yeah, Danny Willett, strange one, Danny, isn't it? He's won some big events. He's won the Nedbank $1 Million Challenge back in the day. Didn't do much for ages. Then won the Masters. Didn't do much for ages. Then won the BMW PGA at Wentworth a couple of years ago. Didn't do nothing since then. And then he goes and wins a Dunhill Championship. So when he's hot, he's very hot, Danny Willett. He wins some big tournaments. Obviously got great mental strength to get through the lows and then come back, and when he does get in contention, he generally wins. So that was great stuff. In America, Sam Burns won on the PGA Tour. He was very steady. I mean, his long game was awesome. Apparently, he ranked 56 in strokes gained putting out of those that made the cut. So only 60 made the cut. And he ranked 56 in strokes gained putting for the week. And he still won. That's how good his long game was. Phenomenal stuff from Sam Burns. Yeah, he won by a shot, I think. I can't remember who it was over, but yeah, some good golf from Sam Burns. Second tournament he's won this year. Yeah, although it's a new season, a wraparound season in America, he's won 2 events this year, his first 2 events, so he looks a big hot prospect. Another good young American. Their Ryder Cup team could be, well, even better than it was this year, to be honest, going forward. But yeah, there we go, Sam Burns won that. On the LPGA Tour, Celine Boutier, the French girl, she won on the Stockton Seaview Hotel Golf Club Bay, it's the Arkansas Championship. No, ShopRite LPGA Classic, that's the one. couldn't quite read that correctly. She won that. Celine Boutier shot 8 under. She beat Jin Young Ko, who's the former world #1 who won last week, I think, didn't she, or a couple of weeks ago. She beat her by a shot. Boutier 14 under, 8 under last round, beat Jin Young Ko, and Brooke Henson also on 13 under. So good to see a European win over there in America. Celine Boutier, one of the winning Solheim Cup members of the team. So, and Jin Young Ko looks like she's coming back to form after being world #1 a few years ago, a first and a second in the last couple of weeks. In shop news, we've got a little collection of Under Armour shirts on sale, left over from the summer season. So they've all been reduced by £10. So that smart one there, £35. The nice bright lime green ones are £30, as are the nice red ones over there. They're £30 reduced from £40. And the blue one is £35 reduced from £45. So some bargains there. Under Armour shirts to be had. So this week for Tip of the Week, I'm stood here on the white tee on the first, and it's the same off the yellows. I see some very strange decisions with the club choice off the first. Now, we know the hole is a short hole. It's 267 yards from the white tees, or 253 yards from the yellow tees, I think. But there's still a bit of trickiness there that you got to contend with. Number one is the cross bunkers out there. So let's look at our little bit of information on here. Look, you know, you can see these are the two things that I'm talking. This one over here, well, this bunker on the right-hand side, the one on the right-hand side could be in play, but most of us should be able to get over there. But it's these bunkers here and the bush there where I see most of the trouble. And if we look down the bottom there, it's 196 yards to carry over that left-hand bunker and that bush on the left-hand side as well. So, unless you can carry it over 196 yards, I would not hit driver. I would be laying short of that bunker, because if you go in that bunker, that's going to leave you the horrible 50-yard bunker shot, which nobody likes. Or if you end up in that bush, again, that is problems, isn't it? Because then your chance of losing the ball, or certainly you've got to play penalty shots. Now, it's all right for me, because I hit it over 196 yards. So I tend, if I'm going to miss the green, depending where the flag is, I'll be long and left down the 9th, okay? I've got to be careful of the bushes up here on the right. They're the ones that can interfere with me. So I will tend to be long and left. But if you're not going to carry it 196 yards, what is the point of going with driver? Because it just brings all the trouble into play. You're best to leave it just here, short of this cross bunker, about 90 yards in, 80 yards in. That's going to give you a nice straightforward shot into the green, especially when this grass here grows all long as well. We don't want to miss it in there, do we? So if we would go, well, sort of, I don't know, if we can hit it 170 yards down there, that'll be ideal, because that'll give us 100 yards left into the green, and it takes all the trouble out of play. It's no point risking going into that bush or that bunker. So when you're stood in the first, think about your strategy. Think about, where do I want to hit this ball and where do I not want to hit this ball, yeah? So if I was not going to carry it over 200 yards, then I'd certainly be laying up short of that cross bunker we can see there in the distance, and obviously missing that bush as well on the left-hand side as well. They're the two big misses. The ones on the right, yes, okay, most of us should miss that unless we hit a really bad shot. Obviously, we all still can go in there, but generally we don't want to hit a good shot and go in that cross bunker, because that is almost like a penalty shot, because it's very difficult to hit it onto the green. And there's quite a few holes out like that where you've got to be laying up short of the trouble rather than trying to knock it over it and putting yourself into more trouble. So maybe think about your strategy on the first. Yes, it's a straightforward hole. Yes, it's a short hole, but unless you're going to knock it over those bunkers, unless you can carry it over that cross bunker, there's no point trying to do it, because if you go in there, you're in big trouble. If you need help with your strategy on the golf course, if you find that you're hitting the ball really well but you're not scoring as well as you should do, then why don't you book yourself a playing lesson? Okay, we can talk about the strategy, we can talk about the club selection. It's a massive part of the game. It really is, sort of thing. When to attack, when not to attack, when to play the miracle shot, when to play the safe shot. Golf is so much more all about what's the great Dr. Bob Rotella used to say, you want a cocky golf swing but a conservative strategy. Too many amateur golfers have a cocky strategy but a real negative conservative swing, sort of thing. So if you want any help with your strategy, if you're not scoring as well as you should do, then come and book a playing lesson. We can always drive a buggy out to the holes that you don't do very well on, or you're a bit unsure about the strategy. But generally, we've got to play our strategy a lot safer and keep those penalty shots off the card than most of you are doing at the moment. Right, okay, that's everything for this week. It just leaves me to say that Ollie has got a pro-am at Kings Lynn on the 21st of October if you want to go over there and join him. Kings Lynn's a cracking golf course, lovely tree line golf course. Unfortunately, I can't make it. Thursday's a tricky away for me to get away from the shop. But Ollie's going to go over there and play in a pro-am at Kings Lynn. So if you fancy joining Ollie, 3 of you, he needs a team of 4, including Ollie, so 3 extras to go over and join him for that. Just let Ollie know and we can book you in. I think the cost is something like £60 per person, including bacon roll, coffee on arrival, and a 2-course meal when you finish, plus lots of prizes when you win them with Ollie, and some advice and helpful tips on the way round with Ollie. So yeah, if you fancy that, give Ollie a bell, go and book in for that. But apart from that, that's everything for this week. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all hopefully on Saturday at the Duncan Abbott Golf Day, their Pro Captain Finals Day. If you can't make the golf in the afternoon, then please come down and join me for a beer later in the evening. We've got a bit of a fun quiz going as well, so looking forward to that. Maggie's doing a fun quiz, so that should be good, yeah? So if you fancy a few beers in the evening, pop down and see us in the clubhouse from about 5:30 onwards. Right, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.